When did someone threaten your life because they thought you were faking your disability? I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 13. It's not something you ever fully settle into, but over time, I figured out how to manage it. For a long stretch, though, I kept it pretty private. I didn't want anyone treating me differently. I'd only bring it up when absolutely necessary, like when I got hired at a smoothie stand in the food court. My dad had been on my case for a week straight, telling me I had to let my supervisor know in case something went wrong, and to make sure I could take breaks when I needed to check my levels or grab a bite. So, I finally told her that there might be times I'd need to duck out for a few minutes to test my sugar or eat something real quick. I rushed through it because my face was already hot and I just wanted it over with. But she just looked at me like I'd said I was expecting a bonus for breathing. Then she said, "Oh, you one of those Instagram attention kids?" I blinked. She continued, "Seems like everybody's got some kind of issue nowadays." I was stunned and didn't know how to respond, so I just stood there. After that, the vibe at work got weird. Anytime I took out a protein bar, I felt her watching me. If I slipped into the back room to check my levels, she'd wander in a few minutes later and say something like, "Everything alright, superstar?" Then she'd remind me how tight the shift was and suggest I try being a bit more low maintenance. I started skipping tests. Once, I even missed a dose of insulin just to avoid being called out. Then one shift, I came in already feeling shaky. My levels had been all over the place that morning, and I was trying to get them under control. I asked if I could take my 15-minute break a little early to get my insulin right. She sighed like I'd asked for a day off. "No need," she said. "I brought you something sugar-free to help perk you up." She handed me a cup. I asked her what it was, and she just said, "No sugar," smiling like she was doing me a favor. "Go ahead, drink it." Something about it felt off, but I didn't want to get scolded again. I was already exhausted and sick of feeling like some sort of fraud. It tasted sweet, really sweet, but I figured it was one of those fake sweeteners. I didn't think too hard about it. Until around 30 minutes later, everything started falling apart. My vision blurred, and my heart was pounding so loud it felt like it was rattling inside my head. I tried walking to the back room, counting steps to keep focused, but I couldn't keep the numbers straight. I dropped my backpack, yanked it open, and barely managed to check my levels before everything spun. But I caught the screen. It said, "Hi," which meant my sugar was sky high, too high for the monitor to even register. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground hearing people yelling. I heard her voice above it all, sharp and cold, saying, "She's pretending. I gave her real sugar and now she's putting on a whole act." I managed to signal my coworker that I needed my insulin. Got the shot in just before the paramedics arrived. They asked me what happened, and I told them about the sugar-free drink. They turned to her, and she tried to play it off. I just wanted to prove she was faking. Figured if she drank sugar and nothing happened, then that would say it all. One of the EMTs snapped, "Does this look like nothing to you? Her levels are over 400. You could have killed her." She just rolled her eyes and muttered about me causing drama since day one, like needing medical breaks was some huge burden. I spent the night in the hospital. My folks filed a formal report the next morning.